Okay. So, it's raining like crazy outside, huh?
Yeah. These days have been crazy for us.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Do you guys work tomorrow or?
No, we have the day off.
Okay, cool. Now you work at Miami-Dade, right?
Yes.
What do you do there exactly?
I'm a program manager, so I manage a grant. So it's a temporary program that we help students with different workshops, like how to do time management and things like that.
Oh, okay, awesome. And how long have you been doing that for now?
In education, probably 5 years, maybe going on more. Yeah.
5 years, wow.
Yeah, but Miami-Dade, 3 years.
3 years now. Cool. And before that, in another university or?
I worked at a nonprofit.
Okay. Cool.
So I was traveling all over.
Yeah, actually, I studied education too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, until I found this, and so cool. I mean, I'm glad you're able to meet me. I'm really excited. Yeah. I was referred to by Ashlyn.
Yeah.
She said you're motivated, just maybe not making all the money you want to make and stuff.
For sure, never in education.
So tell me a little bit more about yourself. Like, what would you say you like most about what you do?
I really love my students, and I love helping them in whatever way. I mean, sometimes you think you're only helping them in education, but it's everything. It's their lives. It's how do they apply for another college. So I really like that part, and I miss them when they leave.
So the students.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I love that I have my weekends off, and that at 4:30 I'm out the door.
Oh, and like you're the type of person that at 4:30, boom,
you're out the door. Yeah, okay, they don't catch me after that.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And then what
it will probably be the pay.
You don't like the pay?
No, and I do all the jobs for, like, I do the job of the clerk that I'm not supposed to, and I do the job of my boss, and it really sucks because I never get recognized for it.
So you're doing like pretty much everything?
Everything. I never have a moment where I'm just like chilling.
Okay.
And that really sucks because I know other people in other positions probably can. And I'm not. Yeah. So I thought of maybe moving to another position, but I feel like the higher I go, the more stressed I'm gonna be.
So you've seen that like there's not really room for growth where you're at?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Do you like having a boss?
I hate it.
Okay.
She's pretty annoying.
Gotcha. All right. And I mean, outside of having your boss and outside of having to do everything except for what you probably love doing, anything else you change?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I really don't like her. I wish I didn't have her. I wish my pay was higher. I wish the people who run Miami-Dade are clueless as to what the students actually need.
Okay.
So I wish there was more change.
Got it.
But I feel like nobody changes it.
Okay. Yeah, that's usually, I think, what happens in universities. That happened to me. I used to work at FIU.
Oh, cool.
And it's funny you say that because that's actually what attracted me to this. I never liked having a boss. Now, I didn't start it cold turkey. Actually, one of the things that really attracted me to it was that it was very flexible. So this is something that for instance, I told Ashley, I was talking to her, and I said, hey, who do you know has the flexibility or would like something on the side to learn? And she said, I learned this part-time, working like 5 or 10 hours a week. I fell in love with it, and I'm where I am today. And the second reason is that I like to learn. What we do is we teach people about money. Yeah. So I figured, hey, if I get an education and money, I'm good. Because I mean, like you got your master's degree, or? Yeah. So I got a master's degree too. Never took a class on money, anything like that. So I figured, hey,
my mom is my money manager.
Your mom's the one. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just like my aunt and uncle. They just don't have that much money.
Yeah.
And then the third reason is I've always wanted to own my own business. I don't know if you've ever thought of owning your own business before.
My dad has his own business, but I think my parents kind of scared me with that. It's better to have more like a stable career job that I don't have to, my dad worries a lot if he doesn't have clients and he has to go look for them. That's not the life that I want.
Oh, so he's self-employed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he has a company, but he's the only person.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So what if you can have, I mean, for me, when I say business, like I always thought of a business as something that I have running and generating. I don't have to be there anymore. So actually, I was always looking for a business, but I never had enough money.
Gotcha.
So they told me if I work this the right way, I can have my own business.
Okay.
Okay. Now, had you ever heard of Primerica before?
No.
Never? Okay. Well, the reason why probably is because we don't do advertising.
Okay.
We do everything through word of mouth and referrals. Now, the company, even though we don't do advertising, we've been around since 1977.
Wow.
Now, in 2010, we went public. So we're on what's called the New York Stock Exchange. You ever heard of that before?
Yeah. That was my job, was right next to it.
Right next to it. Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you see
I
this
pass
in
by
person.
every day.
Cool. This is a picture of us on the New York Stock Exchange.
Cool.
I didn't know anything about this when I started. Just, I didn't know anything about stocks and stuff. But they said, hey, we'll teach you.
Yeah.
So the company's really big. Right now, we're trading at about $97 a share. Okay. We were at 15 in 2010.
Okay.
So the company's really growing and the stock is skyrocketing. And the reason why is because people really love what we do, especially the clients that we serve. Okay. We have 7 million clients. We're the largest independent financial services organization in North America. We have over 126,000 licensed agents.
Wow.
And 5,500 offices in the U.S. So every state has an office. And the reason why we have so many licensed agents is because the company wants people to try our business with no risk and really take an educational approach when they're sitting with clients, teaching them about money.
Okay.
So I started part-time while I was getting my master's degree, worked the business, and I got to the point where I said, hey, if I can make what I make at my job here, I won't want to work for anybody.
Yeah.
Like if you can make what you make at your job, but working your own schedule and controlling your time, would you be open to something like that?
I would love to.
Okay, cool. I figured. So in 2015, we became on a list of Forbes. You ever heard of Forbes magazine?
Yeah, I have.
2015, we became America's most trustworthy financial companies.
Wow.
This is big because we don't do any advertising at all.
Yeah.
So Forbes did an article and we were number 2 on the list.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. A lot of the companies that are on the list I've never heard of, but that doesn't mean that they're not trustworthy and not big companies.
Yeah.
So just going over this, I know you were referred to me by Ashlyn.
Yes.
But would you feel comfortable either working with or doing business with a company of this size?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want you to know it's not Alex and Ashlyn's Financial Services.
Yeah,
we're a really big company.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we're working together, you're actually going to be working with us, but under Primerica.
Okay.
Okay. So here's a little bit about what we do. I know she didn't mention too much, but our mission is we want to help families earn more income. Most people today aren't making enough money.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure.
Also, a lot of people don't have education when it comes to insurance, so we want to make sure they're properly protected. We want to help families become debt-free. Do you think people have debt now?
Yeah.
And then we want to teach people how to become financially independent. So that term is, a lot of people use that term loosely, but what that means to me, an example, is where I can get to a certain time where I have enough money where I don't have to work anymore.
Okay.
Like my goal is that my fiance and I, by the time we're 35 years old, we have income coming in passively where we don't have to go to work and we're free. That's financially independent. So it means something different to everybody.
Yeah.
Now, how we do that is we give families an education on how money works. Okay. We give them what's called a financial needs analysis. And that's just a fancy word for a financial plan. Almost like if you broke an arm, you'd go to the doctor and they do an x-ray to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. What we do is we look at where you are now, where you want to go, and we'll teach you how to get there.
Okay.
Okay. And we do that actually for free.
Wow.
And once we do that, we take a snapshot and we find out what products and services we can do to improve a family's situation.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I know you've never heard of Primerica, but do any of these companies ring a bell by chance?
Invesco.
Invesco? Okay. Yeah. Investment company?
Lincoln
Financial? Group. Awesome. So we work with all of these companies. So we're partnered with these companies.
Okay.
And what we are, Primerica, is actually the marketing arm for all these companies. So when you're sitting with somebody with Primerica, we're a distribution company that offers products and services. Almost like what Target does by putting other products on their shelves.
Right.
We do the same thing, but we really target middle class, lower upper class, which is the biggest market. You know, like if you think about it, your mom and dad, or even you, how many companies have sat with you to teach you about money and finance?
No, nobody.
None. So if you could learn this, and I could teach you and train you, you think there'd be a big need for it?
Yeah.
And all these companies we're partnered up with. So you think that they know that Primerica is doing pretty well?
Yeah.
And they know we have so many agents out there helping families that we can market their products without them having to advertise.
Right.
Okay? So this is what we do for clients, Fabi. This is called the Rule 72. Like when I heard this, I'm not going to lie, it blew my butt out of the water because I was like, if people don't learn about this, they're never going to retire. I'm sure one day you want to be able to retire, right?
Yes.
Okay.
As soon as possible.
Awesome. So by working with us, and you'll be helping clients to learn this, it's called the Rule 72. Okay. And this is really simple. This rule tells you how long it's going to take for your money to double. Okay? So if you have $1,000 in the bank, and you want to see how long it's going to take to double to 2,000, take 72 divided by whatever the interest rate is, and it tells you how long it takes.
Okay.
So if you got 4%, how many years would it take for your money to double?
18.
6%?
12 years.
And 12%?
6 years.
So do you have a checking or savings account?
Yes.
Do you know what's the interest rate on that?
No idea.
Okay. You know why? Because it's so little. It's actually 0.01.
Wow.
Now, the funny thing is that this Rule 72, it's working against you. Do you have any car loans, credit cards, anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what the average interest rate is on that?
Wow.
6 to 18%.
Yeah. It's pretty high. Sometimes my Macy's card is 29%.
29.9. I have one. I know. All right. So imagine the bank is giving you 1%, less than 1%, and your money's doubling every 7,000 years.
Right.
But then they charge you 6 to 18%. So who knows the rule of money right now? Banks or people?
Banks, for sure.
Banks.
Credit cards.
So if you can teach people how to have their money growing, would they want to do business with you?
Yeah, I would hope so.
That's what we do. It's real simple. Okay? Like how much do you think this can impact your life?
Yeah, a lot.
Just by implementing it yourself. You learn about money. So let's say, how would this work for you? A good example. Do you think the average family, if they really wanted to, can set aside $50 a week or $200 a month if they really wanted to? Okay. I'm not talking about people that are in a restaurant. I'm not talking about people that are like on Section 8 food stamps. Right. They already have the government kind of helping them. I'm talking about middle class.
Yeah.
Okay. If we can teach a family how to save $200 a month, and let's say for 37 years from age 30 to 67, and they can find how much percent? 3%. That money's going to grow to what?
162,000. Wow.
6%?
327,000.
And then what? 12%?
1.3 million.
Huge difference, huh?
So if somebody's saving 200 a month, can you have that?
Yep. Now you look very young. You're over 30 or under 30?
I'm under 30.
Under 30. So imagine this number could be a lot higher.
Yeah, I need to start today then.
Yeah. That's one thing you're going to learn with us. You can actually be your own client. Do you think people need to learn this?
Yeah, my mom and dad.
Yeah. Imagine if your mom and dad taught you how to do this when you were 10 years old, 11 years old. We wouldn't be, the company wouldn't, the world or the U.S. wouldn't be where it's at in debt. Right. The problem is nobody's teaching us this stuff, There's no access to it. Okay? Now, another thing we teach people, which is a really huge concept, most people don't understand it, is in the early years, you need to have something called income protection.
Okay.
And what that does is that makes sure that if something were to happen to you, there's people in your life that depend on you. So, like, for instance, in your case, if something were to happen to you, would you want anybody to be okay financially?
My parents.
Your parents?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you would do in this case is you would purchase something called income protection or life insurance.
Okay.
But you don't want to spend a lot of money on it. Okay. Right. You want to spend very little money. And then what you want to do is invest your money.
Okay.
Because when you don't have money, you need insurance. But when you have money, you don't need insurance.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you know too much about life insurance, but there's insurances that they want people to pay for their whole life.
I have one through work.
You have one through work? Okay. Is it something that you have on, like you could take it with you or?
In my old job, they offered to take it with me, and I said no.
Good. Good. Yeah.
I don't feel like I need life insurance.
Okay.
My job has 1 year if something happens to me.
1 year salary.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then, like, for instance, if something were to happen, do you think your mom and dad would be okay with 1 year?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
And then you plan on retiring them every day?
No.
Okay, so we always teach people, and it's all education. Like, there's no classes on this. You want to always have something outside of work. Okay. Because most jobs are not handing out benefits like nothing.
Right.
They're taking away benefits. Okay. But you learn that. Okay.
Okay.
So we find out most people don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. All right. No one wants to be working until they're 80, 90. They just never plan for it.
Right.
So most people, what we do is we structure their financial house. And it does, when we get to the client, it doesn't really look like this.
Right.
All right. They don't have life insurance. They don't have a will. They're at their debt up to the wazoo. They don't have an emergency fund, retirement plan. They don't even know how their 401k works. That's normal. You know, like for instance, this kind of stuff, is this kind of normal like for you?
No.
Do you have any of this stuff in place?
No.
So imagine, like if you, I mean, I think you're doing pretty well. Imagine if you don't have this stuff, who's even worse? You know? And look over here, most people, what they focus on is making more money. Then they get a nicer car, nicer house. But that's not the way. You don't build a house from the roof down. You build the house from the roof up.
Right.
Because if they lose their income, they lose all that stuff. So we want to make sure we strategize it for them. Okay? So if we can help a family create their financial house or make it look like this versus, well, most people have it upside down, you think they would want that?
Yeah.
Like you would, like if we sat with you, and would you want something like that? For sure. We do that for free.
Wow. Okay.
Now, this is another thing we teach people. It's the concept on the 4 ways that people earn income. This has to do a lot with business. Okay. And I think it's important you learn this so you learn how we work. It says that this is from a book by Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad Poor Dad. Have you ever heard of that book before? No? Okay. So what this book says is that there's 4 ways people earn income. The first way is an employee. And Fabi, as an employee, that means your income is based on?
Up the position.
Not the person.
Okay.
Right? So who controls your time?
Miami-Dade.
Miami-Dade. What about your income?
Miami-Dade.
Miami-Dade. So somebody else, that's a very dependent way of making income because somebody else controls your time and income.
Okay.
So if they control those things, they control the house you drive, the house you live in,
the
car you drive, where you're going to vacation, everything.
Yeah.
You know?
When I can take vacation.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's people that work, they're at the same pay grade as you, at the same level as you. You know, like, you know how people are at different levels or the same level as you. They get paid the same, but they're lazy.
Yeah. They don't do
you ever felt that way?
Yep.
That happened to me all the time in a job. And I was like, this is crazy. I work my butt off and we get paid the same. The problem with being an employee is you're never going to feel like you get paid what you're worth. Like for somebody that's motivated, I think you're motivated. Okay. Somebody's motivated. They don't do well there because they get underpaid. Okay. If you're self-employed, it's another way people earn income. That means you're paid what you're worth. You own a job. Like a doctor, dentist, lawyer, hairstylist, salesperson, real estate agent, you know? So that means you own a job, okay? So if you don't, the only problem with this is if you don't work, what happens?
You don't get paid.
You don't get paid. Exactly. Your dad is actually, he owns a business, but he's self-employed. Like a doctor, if they have to go out of town on vacation, they're not making money.
Yeah.
You know? So if you're self-employed, sometimes you own a job or sometimes the business owns you. So people confuse self-employed with business owner. A true business owner or somebody who owns a business, what they focus on is owning a system. What does that mean? They have others working for them. Like if your dad had 5, 10, 15 painters, he wouldn't have to be the one working there.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is that in his business, there's a lot of competition.
Yeah.
So I like to explain this because it's very important that if you want to have unlimited income, okay, you have to find a way to have a system. Like if I can give you a McDonald's franchise for $125, would you buy it?
Yeah.
For sure, right?
I mean, I'm vegan, but
you're vegan, okay. But would you buy the franchise?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it going to be because you want to be flipping the burgers?
No.
Heck no, you're vegan. All right. Why would you want a McDonald's franchise?
To give me money.
Money.
Yeah.
Exactly. The reason why McDonald's franchises are so simple, okay, but they cost so much is because they have a really great system. You ever seen all the McDonald's are the same?
Yeah.
They have a system in place to make sure that they're profitable.
Right.
Okay. So you want to find a really good system. And the 4th way people earn income is having their money working for them. You know, that means that they have true freedom. So where do you think most people lie, on the left side or the right side?
The left side.
Left side. Okay. And where do you think the majority of the wealth is?
On the right side.
On the right side.
Yeah.
95% of the wealth is here and 5% of the wealth is here.
Wow.
But everybody's on this side.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, we don't know how to get to the other side.
Exactly. There's never classes. There's nothing teaching people about business and investing.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We teach people how to not be dependent on a job, how to work for themselves. So like, for instance, you, without leaving your job, you can learn with us part-time, earn your own income until you're at a place where you make. But we also teach you how to build a system here so you can become an investor. Okay? You'll understand more of that when I get to the next slides. So we work, and this is important that you understand, we work a lot like a real estate. Do you know anybody that does real estate right now?
Yes, everybody.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people have their license,
like 10 people.
Well, that's the beauty of real estate. You can work it in your own schedule, and who knows, maybe the people that we can end up talking to, and then maybe they'll work with you side by side. So in real estate, let's say you have a broker and an agent, okay? In this case, you have one broker and he has agents under him. Okay. Who do you think makes more money, the broker or these agents?
The broker.
The broker.
I think.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay. Because the broker's a business owner and the agent's a salesperson.
Okay.
Every time an agent sells, who gets paid?
The broker.
The broker. They both make money, but the broker makes better way money. Okay. The broker has an unlimited income and time. Okay. Right. The agent has to keep selling.
Right.
All right. Now, the problem with real estate is that if you have a really smart agent, okay, like if they're motivated, they're going to see that broker hanging out, relaxing, vacationing, and what are they going to want to do?
They're going to do the same thing.
Boom, become a what? A broker. So what happens to this broker? Now they become competition. That's the problem with traditional business and these type of brokerages. So what we've done is we've developed a system to allow people, because we work just like real estate, okay, but a little bit different, is you can start as an agent. We don't call them agents or salespeople. We call them leaders.
Okay.
And if you develop enough leaders, you can become a trainer or a regional leader and then work your way up to open up an office. And this broker actually wants to teach you how to open up an office. He can teach as many people as possible to open up an office. So if you wanted to, you can open up an office too. It says right here, you can, at Primerica, you can produce an unlimited amount of brokers and offices. Like we have an office in Miramar, Doral, and different places. We want to open up more.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it says if you help somebody open up an office, you have a recurring income stream from what they produce. So you think this person would teach you everything he or she knows?
Yeah.
That's why I fell in love with this. Because I knew somebody else that's already done it can teach me the ropes. There's nothing out there like that. Like your boss is not teaching you everything she knows, right?
No.
Okay, because you take her job.
Yeah.
So like anything, you have to be licensed. There's certifications. Okay, I think in Miami-Dade, I think you need to do a background check over there, but also like you need a degree for your job.
2
degrees. Okay, like anything, a doctor needs a degree, a nurse needs a degree, real estate agent. So in our business, it's very similar. Okay, there's licensing requirements. There's 2 licenses that you would need to do business with us. Okay, like for instance, to help families out. First one would be a life license, which runs about $635. Second is an investment license. These people how to invest their money. So it would cost you $1,300 if you went on your own to go into this business or to this industry and help families. Plus, you'd have to pay for a software on your own that costs over $700. But because Primerica knows, hey, most people don't go into business because they don't want to take the risk, or they don't want to lose the money. We actually subsidize all that cost. So you don't have to worry about taking the risk. You don't have to leave your job. You don't need to dedicate a lot of time in the beginning. Plus, if they pay for your licenses and all you pay for is a background check and an online software, about $124. I mean, would that make sense to get these licenses in education?
Yeah.
For sure.
You guys provide classes?
Yep. We have classes. All this right here is paid for. So it's like $1,300, but we pay for it out of pocket.
Yeah.
And the reason why is we know if you get licensed with us, a lot more people can be helped. So the company makes money, so do you, but clients are served. Okay? And if they cover the cost, hey, they're going to make sure you get licensed. All right, we even have a bonus program where your first month, if you get off, we call it a fast start, like you start learning and stuff like that. You can actually earn this and some more. It's a bonus that we have. So I'll talk to you more a little bit about that. Okay? You can pass a background check, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And think about this for a second, okay? I'm sure your dad does not spend $25 a month to keep his business afloat.
No, he has like all the paint and the van and the gas and the licenses that he needs. It's a lot of money.
Actually, it's funny you say that. I didn't think I'd be doing this full time. Like I fell in love with it. But when I first started, I was going to school full time and working.
Yeah.
And when the person talked to me, they said, hey, look, for $124, we're going to get you 2 licenses that if you wanted to go work in a bank, they hire you on the spot, you make 70, 80 grand a year.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't want to work in a bank, okay?
Right.
But I said, hey, at worst,
it has value.
It has value. A book in college costs what?
Yeah, $200.
Yeah, so I was like, worst case, people always look at worst case. I don't know if you're thinking that or not, but I said, hey, I'm going to get my licenses and I learn about money.
Yeah.
And it sounds crazy, but hey, sky's the limit. And I did very well. And now we're opening up an office in August.
Wow, that's awesome.
And you have the same opportunity because I'm willing to teach you.
Okay.
As long as you're open and learning. You're open and learning?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And you won't have an issue handling this, right? 124?
No.
I figured. I'm just kidding. So also, this is how we teach people how we get paid. Okay, this is an example of a family before Primerica. This is what they had. Okay, a lot of this is going to probably be very new to you, but it was to me too. In the beginning, all you're going to do is watch me present over and over. Okay, you become very familiar with it. So this family before sitting with us, they had life insurance, but they had the wrong type. Remember that whole life thing I was telling you about?
Yeah.
I'm not going to really explain it, but so you have an idea. It's a lot of money for a little bit of coverage.
Okay.
$100,000 in coverage each, no coverage on the kids. What are they paying before? $300. We helped the family get 4 times the coverage, cover the kids for what?
104.
So you saved the family how much a month?
196.
From 300 to 104.
Mm-hmm.
Saving 196. We took that money, gave them access to, most people don't have an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
We gave them access to a full-blown law office that they can call any questions. I actually just used it this week for an issue we had with our apartment. Mm-hmm. They're writing a letter for us.
Wow.
Plus, you do your will, living will, durable power of attorney, all that stuff. It's only $26 a month. Like Alex Hanna down the street, if you got a ticket, you got to pay $80.
Yeah.
This covers it, included in the 26.
Wow.
Plus, you and your husband can be on the same plan.
Cool.
So we took some of that money, threw it down here, but we also knew that the family wanted to retire. So they had how much in the IRA, in the bank?
30,000.
30,000. That's a retirement account in the bank. You'll learn that too with us. But $150 a month, but they were earning what?
1%.
Okay, which would be great if the bank gives that, but they don't. Okay, but just for the example, they would have how much at retirement?
100,000.
103,000.
Yeah.
Is that enough money to retire?
No.
No freaking way. So what you would do is you would get your license, your investment license, and you would teach people about mutual funds. Okay, you would roll that money over. You're going to learn about mutual funds working with us. Since 1924, they've averaged 9 to 12%, Bobby. Remember I was showing you those numbers?
Mm-hmm.
You can find that in mutual funds. And we're the only company that can open up a mutual fund for as little as $50.
Wow.
Like, who do you think in your family, if they knew they could invest, would want to invest at least $50? Yeah. Everybody. So because we took that money, put it up here, they're spending the same amount, actually less, because we saved the money. At 9%, they'd have what?
1 million.
$1 million. So if you sat down with 10 families that were here, Fabi, and you could teach them how to go from here to here, how many out of 10 would want to do it?
I would hope all of them.
They have half a brain.
Yeah.
So can you see how it would be impossible to fail?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, as long as you're learning and you want to help people, you like helping people, you said.
Yeah.
Okay. And how would they feel for you helping them?
Amazing. Yeah.
Feel great. How would you feel for helping them?
Awesome.
You put them from 103 to $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we're not a not-for-profit, so you get compensated for helping families. Okay. So you can do both, help families and get paid. So for helping a family do this every single month that they're investing money, you would get paid. Mm-hmm. It actually happens in your 401k right now. You just never met the person probably, but this would be you in this case. So over 30 years, you would earn something called a residual. I don't know if you've ever heard that before. No. Well, like, who's your favorite music artist?
Beyonce.
Okay. So, when she sings this song, oh, the single ladies. Okay. Every time that song plays on the radio, you know who gets paid? Beyonce. Wow. Exactly. So they'd work the same way. Imagine one client over 30 years is $5,000. But if they don't know anybody that has a license, who are they going to refer you to?
Me.
They're going to refer everybody to you.
Right.
Okay. Like, for instance, you and your husband, when you guys got married, did you know anybody who had that license?
No.
And the people that were at your wedding, you think they had the license too?
No.
So everybody needs this, but nobody's licensed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for you helping that family go from here to here, you think they would refer you to more people, you said? Yeah, that's how we do our business. Everything word of mouth and referrals. So you're getting referred, you're getting fed, all right, because they feed you. I know you're a vegan, so make sure you let them know what you eat and don't eat. For helping one family, how much would you earn?
1,133.
Almost $1,200, Fabi. How long does it take you to make that at your job?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, almost.
Okay. It's funny. When I saw this, I was like, what? And you guys are going to train me, license me to do this? I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, if we can teach you, Fabi, okay, like me, I would train you directly. You were referred well by Ashlyn. How to help one family make $1,200 in 2 to 3 hours. Let's say it takes you 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm a big talker.
$1,200.
Yeah, that's not bad.
In 4 hours. What is that? An hour?
I don't know. 20.
Well, 1,200 divided by 4.
300.
Or you can pull out your calculator.
Yeah.
Calculate it. $300 an hour.
300,000 an hour.
Okay. Doctors don't even make that.
That's crazy.
All right. And we'll teach you how to do it. All right. Now, let's say you become a trainer. You ever trained anybody at work?
All the time, all my employees.
They pay you more for that?
No.
Nope. Okay. But here, if they can pay you more, would you want to train people?
Yes.
And then if you opened up a Primerica office, okay, Primerica they let you build your own office. So if you help them grow distribution, they say, Fabi, because you helped our company, we know you treated it like yourself. We're going to give you your own office. You get ownership. Okay. Wow. And if you helped one family, you'd make $2,000.
Wow.
Okay. I didn't get into this business to just help families. I got in this business to help families and then eventually get free though.
Yeah.
So this is something that really attracted me, and I think it will to you too, because I think if you learn this, could you probably teach people how to do it?
Sure. I don't.
Yeah. Do you think anybody would be upset that you earned $1,200, but you took them from here to here?
No, I hope
no
not.
way, right? Like your mom and dad, would they be mad?
No.
Your sister, they refer you to everybody.
Yeah.
So if you became a trainer, and let's say you helped somebody learn how to do this, and they made $1,200. When they made $1,200, what did you make?
353.
Now, were you there to make that?
I don't know. No.
Nope.
I guess not.
They made that, and you made 353. Like, let's say your sister was working with us, and you trained your sister, and she went out on an appointment. Like, what do you like doing for fun?
I like going to the beach.
To the beach. Okay, cool. So let's say you're at the beach, and your sister calls you and says, "Oh my gosh, Fabi, I just closed the sale. I made $1,200. I'm super excited." And are you excited?
Yeah.
For sure. You just made what?
$300
on the beach. Okay. How many Ashlands would you want running out there?
Yeah, a lot of them.
As many as possible.
I only have one though.
I know. And let's say you worked your way up and you opened up an office. Let's say you were the owner of the office. Okay. And Ashland's the trainer, and she trains me. And I go out, I go help a family. I make $1,200. Ashlyn, because she's the trainer, made 353.
Right.
And you probably don't even know me because Ashlyn was my trainer, and you made 752.
That's nice.
You know, so how many trainers out there would you need helping families to get you out of your job?
4, 5 trainers?
5 trainers helping one family a month. If your office helped 5 families, you'd make enough to get out of your job.
Wow.
But let's just say you helped 10 families. Okay? That would pay you $7,000 a month.
Wow.
Without you working.
What?
But if you like training people and you helped another 4 families while training, 4 times 2,000 is 8,000. That's $15,000 a month.
Wow.
Okay? Pretty crazy. And the reason why we get paid that is because what we do for people. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay? So, Fabi, if the worst case scenario was you came aboard to work with us and you got your license, okay? Well, you got both of your licenses paid for.
Okay.
You think you learned about money during that? For sure. Did you learn some stuff today?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to learn a lot more. So you get the education, you get your licenses, and you earn some extra income on the side without leaving Miami-Dade. Okay? Let's say that's the worst case. But the best case scenario is you like it, and you fall in love with it like I did. And you work your way up to become a trainer by developing people, developing leaders. You become a leader, you develop leaders. You work your way up to eventually where you can open up your own office. Your own office.
Wow.
Okay? And now through training and people, you're making anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000 a month. And it doesn't stop there. You can make more. And now you like going to the beach. You can go to the beach whenever you want. You can help your family. You can do anything that you want. I don't know what you're passionate about, but imagine if you're making $15,000 to $20,000 a month without working, how would you feel about that?
Pretty awesome.
You can do a lot more things.
Yeah.
You know, so if that would be the worst case scenario and the best case scenario, can you think of any reason why you wouldn't want to at least try our business?
No, I don't think so. I mean, how hard can the class be?
You're right.
The
Smart move, Missy. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to fill out your independent business application.
Okay.
That's just the application to get you online to our system. Okay. All right. And then I'll get you a class date and we'll start your training process. My goal with you, depending on how you want to go, okay? But my goal is that we help you earn a bonus back. That way you get some of that back. But plus your first month, you're out making $1,000, $2,000 a month.
Okay.
All righty. So awesome. So let me get that set up. I'm just going to need your driver's license and then I'll get you enrolled.
Okay.